Hi everyone. I am doing this very short video because of the request of multiple students who cleared the exam or who passed the exam last time. Guys, now there are many questions being asked about this ERPM exam, specifically about community medicine and also about the pass rates of community medicine and what you should do to pass community medicine. Okay. So that is what we are going to talk about very shortly. Now, when you take ERPM exam, there are two components when you come to Sri Lanka. Immediately, you will be doing part A. In part A, you will be doing medicine, you will be doing pediatrics, you will be doing surgery, you will be doing gyn ops, and from this year onwards to 2021 onwards, you will be having psychiatry. Now, when you take part D, you will have community medicine and forensic medicine. Now, the word community medicine might not be a word that is quite familiar to you. You might have heard community medicine at your undergraduate level as different words. You might have heard it as public health. You might have heard it as social health. So all these words are equal and they are community medicine. Now, why community medicine is so important? Community medicine is important not only to pass the exam, but also to understand the Sri Lankan healthcare system. Why it is important? Because we all know that when you study in a foreign country, you have heard of and you have studied all other subjects. Out of the 7 subjects, 6 subjects you have studied there, but what you study there as community medicine or public health is not what you're going to learn when you come to Sri Lanka. Because in Sri Lanka, you have to know the Sri Lankan public health, Sri Lankan community medicine, Sri Lankan preventive and curative healthcare structure and their details. This is important, obviously, to pass the exam, and also it is important when you start practicing. What are the duties of the intern medical officer? How is the hierarchy of the hospital? How is the hierarchy of the staff in the hospital? What are the facilities available in preventive and curative healthcare sector in each district and each province? Likewise, you need to know a lot of information. So this is a subject that you learn not only to pass ERPM, but also to for your career. Now, what is difficult about this? Obviously, community medicine is difficult because number one, students have not learned it anywhere else, and they come here and within a short period of about 3 months, they have to learn all 7 subjects to do the ERPM. Okay. Now, when you take the pass rates of when you take the pass rates of ERPM exam in community medicine, so these are the pass rates. So if you see these exams and if you see these pass rates, you would see 2018 June, the pass rate is about 38%. Okay. Why? Because there was a delay in 2018 in the exam. In 2018, exam was supposed to be in May, but it was delayed till sort of end of June. So they had about 5 to 6 months for preparation. November, you can see the pass rates came down to about 29%. 29% because it was very rapid 3.5 hours, 3.5 months, 3.5 months of preparation. When you take July, 2019 July had about 4 months of preparation. December pass rates are 52%. There are a couple of reasons for that. Usually, all throughout in the past, my experience of 11 years of ERPM career, uh, pass rates had always been something about 35%. However, December 2020, December, the pass rates jumped to about 52% for a couple of reasons. Number one, we had loads of time for preparation. There was a delay in the exam. Delay in the exam gave us a time. Some students had over a year of preparation, which helped. And obviously, the second reason being why community medicine subjects always, or why part D always have got a lower pass rate compared to others. This is because students' attention to community medicine and forensic medicine is low. One, students, they do not know that there is a subject called community medicine. They do not know that there is a subject called forensic medicine. Number two, even if they knew that there is a subject, they are familiar with medicine, surgery, gyn and pediatrics. So they give more attention to them rather than to community medicine and pediatrics medicine. And they use that so-called word major subject and minor subject. Okay. That so-called word minor subject itself is one of the reasons why students fail. Okay. You guys also might have heard of this word, and that's one of the reasons why students fail. Okay. So that is another reason. Third reason is with being the classes online in 2020, majority of students had the opportunity to get theory covered when they come for the even before coming to Sri Lanka. Okay, so that was the next reason why the pass rates were 52%. By the way, you might be wondering whether my pass rates are the same. Well, no, of course not. Let me show you my pass rates. I'll show you my pass rates, and then you will realize uh, how what is the difference. So this is 2020 December my pass rates. Okay, so you can see my pass rate was 97%. All students who came for theory and revision, almost all students got through, and you can even see the universities names of the students, universities and their country and everything is in this document. Okay, I'm really happy with these amazing students who worked really hard, and they all passed the exam very easily. They all passed the exam very easily. So what is the secret behind all these universities, all these students passing? Now the secret behind is, there is no magic, guys. There is no magic. It's very simple. They followed theory, they followed theory, revision in stepwise manner. They never called it minor subject. They never called it minor subject. They gave equal attention, equal concentration to all 7 subjects. Okay. And of course, when it comes to my classes, I, you know, I will make sure I give you everything, so you do not need anything else other than what we discuss in the class. And everything that we do is updated and new knowledge. Whatever happens in the Sri Lankan public health sector, Sri Lankan, any new circular which comes, any new guidelines which comes, within a week, it should be on your notes. Okay. So that's how updated we are, and that's how we do. And we did plenty of MCQs. We did about over 7,500 MCQ stems. Actually, we did about 7,800 plus MCQ stems with the last batch, and they achieved 97%. Okay, 97% pass rate. Okay, that is amazing performance. I was really happy. So why students fail because they do not attend theory. They lack theory knowledge. They lack theory knowledge, or lack of attention to the subject. Lack of attention to the subject. Calling it minor subject is one of the reasons. Calling it minor subject is one of the reasons for them to come down in the exam. The other reason behind lack of practice of MCQs. So that is why the difference is my students, they do over 7,500 MCQs, 97 pass rate. Rest of the students pass rate is very low. If you compare the pass rates, it's about less than 20%. It's less than 20%. Okay. So these are some of the reasons why there is a difference. And I think this would help your request, and this would cover the request, because many students wanted to know why some students fail and why there is a difference between my students and other students. So of course we have opened the theory. Yes, there's a question on the chat. Yeah. Oh, yes. So we have of course opened a theory. I have started one theory course, which is almost coming to an end. Lucky 300 plus students have already joined, and for other students, you know the registration is still open. Registration is still open, and it is open. The registration is open till 14th. This is the post. I hope you all have seen this. I hope you all have seen this. So we cover the whole syllabus in 12 classes. We cover the whole syllabus in 12 classes. And there is an early bird registration that we have given for 14,000 until 14th of February, until the Valentine's Day. So, and when you come as an undergraduate student, your attendance will be marked in erpmcommed.com. You all are very familiar with this website. So this is erpmcommed.com. You might have visited to ERPM surgery. You might have visited to ERPM pediatrics. You might have visited to ERPM medicine or even Genanox. Now it is the same student ID and the same password. You can visit, you can log into ERPM Commed and you can see videos, study material, everything is available. Just make sure you log in with your the usual surgery. If you have the surgery login, just use the same login. If you have the pediatrics login, it's the same login. Okay, it's the same login. Okay, so you can go and see many study material, question papers, and many more in ERPM comment. And from pre-departure to graduate at any level, if you come, I highly recommend, I very highly recommend anyone from third year onwards. Third year onwards, this is the best time. If you are in the third year, if you are in the fourth year, this is the best time for you to come to community medicine, because it's just 12 classes, 12 classes in 12 days. The whole syllabus is covered, and then you know everything about the Sri Lankan healthcare system. And when you come back to Sri Lanka later, you are definitely in the top of the merit list. Okay, so and obviously you don't need to pay again when you come. Your attendance is marked in erpmcomment.com. So when you come again, even if you are a pre-departure student, many pre-departure students join the current course. Even if you are a pre-departure student, when you join once, whenever you come again, even if the class fee increases, you're not going to pay anything. It is completely free. Even if the number of classes increase, again, you're not going to pay anything. It is completely free. Okay. So guys, I think you all have got my number. If not, please jot down my number. My number is no 7722 64232. No 7722 64232. Make sure you send me a message in WhatsApp. Send me a message in WhatsApp for any doubts you have about the class code, class series, or anything else. You can always drop me a message, and make sure you register before 14th. Yes, yeah. So someone's asking. Yes, of course. When you register for the course, you don't need to pay 14,000 in one go. You can pay 7,000 and get yourself registered, and then you can pay another 7,000 later during the course. All these things, guys, you can discuss with me. Any problems, any economical problems, or anything else, please talk to me. We are more than happy to help. All right, guys, I think I have uh, covered what students wanted. Okay, guys, then see you soon. Thank you. Bye.